say to that, and I know that there have been some objections specifically from the school district community on that issue. One thing I would say to that is, we have great relationships with our school district. They are partners in what we do for our communities. But it is a significant cost to taxpayers to hold separate elections. And it's also one of those things that in reality, as we look at the burdens and the pressures on election administrators in general and in the consistent continuing burdens on this field, we are essentially preparing for an election all year long. There's a reason my two children were born in odd numbered years. And consolidation is a very cost-effective measure in providing a little bit of relief for the election administration community, but also taxpayer relief in moving those dates together. So, I think that's the last point. I think is a little bit of my personal opinion and not that of the association. But yeah, I'm happy to answer any questions as well.
Do you want to do questions?
Yes, please. Are there any questions for Mr. Roma? Go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you all for allowing us to speak again. MAMC does support a consolidation of May and August into a June election. So our preference is just the June and November election and the March election only in presidential primary years. That's, we feel, the most cost-effective and efficient way of conducting elections, that still gives school districts or townships or whomever to do their millage two options in one calendar year. And we would prefer the first Tuesday after the first Monday so that we stay consistent instead of having, I think it's better for our voters and everyone concerned if we can stay consistent in how we calendar things and how we, the terminology that we use, so it's less confusing for them. And if we do these, if these pass as a June and November, really you kind of take care of the problem outlined with Senate Bill 22 and 23. We haven't taken a position on those bills this year. In the past, we have opposed them just because of identifying only one option. But if it was a June and a November, then everybody could have two options and hopefully it would make everybody happy. Would make us happy.
Are there any questions for Ms. Clark?
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank both of you again for taking time out of your busy schedules to come and testify today. As we sit here and we take testimony, it's very interesting. As you know, I was the August guy that, that's the date you always dug for. But looking at it, I would like your opinion, because I feel that when you get into August, it's the doldrums of summer. People are gone. There's a lot of people that are out of town. Puts a lot of pressure on. If the weather's nice, they could be at the lake. They forget to go in and vote, especially if it's village or something they're not pertaining to. What do you think this would do for the increase of turnout when you're looking at the